Where's my music? There it is.
Soaring high above the crowd, I will smile and shout out loud. Go me, go me, go me. I will bless my house today. Having fun along the way. I can't wait to start my day. Go me, go me, go me. I can do it. There's nothing to it. I'm flying through it. Go me, with a smile upon my face. I will quicken the pace, knowing I can win this
Yellow
race.
birds.
Go me, go me,
Go me. 15 minutes is all I got.
but I'm not gonna stop until I beat that clock. Go me, go me, go me. I can do it. There's nothing to it. I'm flying through it. Go me. I'm flying and so proud. Soaring high above the crowd, I will smile and shout out loud. Go me, go me, go me.
I can't whistle. I wish I could. I've never been able to whistle. Pom, pom.
I'm flying and so proud, soaring high above the crowd. I will smile and shout out loud. Go me, go me, go me. Go me, go me, go me.
Get on in here. We're doing happy songs today. Go me and good deed doer. And you really get a go me if you do a good deed. So let's try to do a good deed every day. And another thing I want you to try to do is stop getting angry. I rarely get angry, y'all. What doesn't matter just doesn't matter. So why should I get upset? There's no reason to be upset. Because it's all good. And it's all in God's hands because we are trusting in God. So folks, I told you this morning that turquoise rags were going fast. We will probably be out of them by Saturday at the rate we're going. We don't expect the stockpile to last until Saturday. So that's today and tomorrow is Thursday and Friday. 3 days is about all we've got unless y'all go in there and blow them out. But I'm not telling you they're going to last until Saturday. I'm just saying at the rate we're selling right now, they will last until Saturday. But if y'all go in and buy them, it might not happen. I have a snag on my fingernail. Anyway, I told you this morning we would, I got to doing something creative a while ago, y'all. I'm working on a video and I cannot wait to show it to you, but I haven't even started yet. I'm just gathering photographs right now. Just gathering photographs to illustrate something, and I can't wait to get it into a video form so that you can see it. What we're going to talk about at tea time today is, we've talked about God answering prayers. Well, sometimes when God closes a door, He opens up a window. I heard that the first time when my mother passed away, and it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and Robert and I were driving over to the nursing home to see her. She was already gone, and he says on the way, he said, "Honey, when God closes a door, He opens up other opportunities. He opens up a window." And sure enough, Fly Lady started right about that time. We we're getting ready to meet with a company to build us a website, which is where I met Michael. And it just all took off from there. And it was an amazing, just an amazing journey. It still is. Every single day is a journey for me, a wonderful journey, and I love every bit of it. Now, part of that journey, when Robert and I first got married, I was bored, y'all. And let's just say, boredom is not a fun thing. When you've worked your whole life and not having to work, I didn't need to go to work, so I volunteered at the college with my geology professor. She didn't know why I wanted to volunteer, but I volunteered for lab days, which was a couple of days a week. And I loved geology. It was a lot of fun. But she didn't understand it, but she did come to my wedding. So I volunteered. And what else did I? We went, when Robert and I got married, I had a house full of clutter and he had a house full of clutter. And we put that clutter together. And then we went to estate auctions and bought more. So I spent the first 2 years of our marriage incorporating things into our home, just collecting stuff, you know. We didn't go to expensive auctions. Our first auction, we bought a table, a Duncan Fife table. And that table turned into being our first piece of furniture that we bought together. I don't know where that table is. I'd probably given it away. But we would go to estate auctions, and Robert went to estate auctions so he could learn to value personal belongings in divorce settlements, because that was one of the main things he did as part of his job as a judge, besides convicting criminals. He only did misdemeanors and stuff, very few felonies. And so we had all this clutter, and I never got rid of anything until I started to fly. It wasn't called flying then, but yeah, I was getting organized. And one of the things I thought I wanted to do as a newlywed and as a craft person, I love to do stained glass. I don't know why I didn't start my stained glass stuff over again. I had a perfect workshop. I don't say that word lightly. But there's a workshop in the basement, and Robert would have fixed it up where I could have done glass easily. But I didn't think about that. But I used to judge quilts. I'm a seamstress going back a long way. And my home ec teacher, I used to teach home ec class. And when I was in high school, I taught home ec class. And she would call me to judge quilts because I knew how to sew. Now, I had never made a quilt per se, but I knew good stitches. I knew all about them. And so I would judge quilts, and I thought, well, I should make a quilt. My grandmother, Granny Deanie, was left-handed, and her family, had a house full of girls, and they never let her quilt because she was left-handed, because her stitches would be different from everybody else's. And I always thought that was sad, but hey. So I started designing quilts, and I got the stuff to do quilts with. I got sewing machine foot, I got cutting pads, I got, you haven't seen me go nuts until I've gone to a fabric store matching up quilt pieces and stuff. Oh my goodness. I'm a crazy person. So my favorite quilt pattern is a log cabin pattern. And a log cabin pattern goes around in a circle, and there's like 25 pieces to each square. And the squares get put together. And anyway, it's my favorite pattern. So I would design this quilt. There's a light side and a dark side, and they fit together. They fit together. I don't know. They fit together. And I loved designing them. I loved even cutting them out. But guess what I didn't like doing? I didn't like sewing them. Of all things. I laugh at it now. I put together 2 king-size quilts. Everything. I didn't put them together, but I designed them, and then I put each square together with a clip, and I thought, well, I can take these with Robert to court, and I can sit and sew, and blah, blah. It never happened. And so as I was decluttering, as I was getting organized in the beginning of 1999, that January, I just started looking at that quilt, and 2 quilts in tote bags. I had them in a tote bag so that they could go with me everywhere. And I started feeling bad about it. Well, I knew they were pretty quilts, but I wasn't going to make them. And I knew I wasn't going to make them, and they were going to sit and dry rot. Fabric deteriorates. It does. And so when Fly Lady started, and I started helping people, and we had our first speaking engagement in 2002 or something like that, I said something in an email going out that these 2 tote bags of quilts made me feel guilty. And when I would write guilty, I would accidentally change the first letter from a G to a Q, and it would be quilty. So the quilty made me feel guilty, and I had to get rid of it. So one lady from Ohio, she and her friend drove to my house, and I gave her all my quilting stuff. Because these 2 ladies, for their church, they made blankets, they made quilts for foster children to take with them. For foster children to take with them from home to home as they got shuffled around. They could have one thing that was theirs, a quilt. A quilt for their bed, a blankie, a snuggle. And I was willing to give it away because I knew I wasn't going to make it. I wasn't going to make it. I think I love the designing part, the art part of it, but the sitting down and sewing, or even sitting at a sewing machine, I wasn't going to do it. So I had to eliminate the guilt of the quilt. And it was the best thing I ever did, y'all. There are some children out there somewhere that still have their quilts that I designed. I don't even have a picture of them. And I'm just really happy that I did that, because it wasn't my passion anymore. My passion became you. My passion became helping you to get rid of the guilt in your life, to let go of the body clutter that's in your head. I'm telling you, it was amazing, the freedom that it gave me to release the quilt guilt. Now I can laugh about it. But I'm really happy about it, that I could get rid of it and not feel damaged because I hadn't made it. No, I'm not going to make my grandchildren a quilt to take with them when they get married or whatever. I'm not going to make my niece a quilt when she gets married. It's not going to happen. But I can do other things. I can do other things. Somebody said quilt guilt. Say it 3 times. Oh. But I kept transposing those letters as I was writing. And I realized that, yeah, I was guilty of having quilt guilt. So y'all, please share our videos. You help other people when you share our videos. We have within us the ability to find our passion, but it's only as we get rid of our clutter. And clutter comes off in layers, y'all. In layers. Like an onion. So it was a couple years into decluttering that I finally got rid of my quilt guilt. And it was the best thing I ever did. I still have my big piece of cutting mat. I don't have the cutting wheel anymore, but the mat is a good size for my coffee table, so that if I want to do a project on my coffee table, I keep it behind the organ, and then I just have to pull it out, and it's there for me to work on. It's a work surface, but I can do lots of things on that. But I don't quilt anymore. I just don't quilt because it's just not my cup of tea anymore. Oh, by the way, just a while ago, we saw 2 yellow birds at our feeders, and the crows came and got some peanuts. Happy crows to have peanuts. So when you can learn to laugh at yourself, you won. You have won. Well, folks, y'all have a great rest of the day. I'm going to go work on a video for you. I'm going to try to put it together. I'm going to do some voiceover on it. I'm going to insert some wording. I'm going to make it fun. So you will have something that can be your goal. Yeah, you're going to love it. You are going to love it. I had the idea this morning. I ran it past Justin, and they are just, he was excited about, Mom, that's going to be great. That's just going to be great. Well, y'all, get your purple rags. Also get your collapsible carry-alls. Let me reach it here. This is great for carrying your groceries, keeping them from sliding around in your car, for putting your mop in it to get it wet. And it squishes down flat for easy storage. Anyway, folks, y'all have a great rest of the day. Get your dinner going. I love you all. Be good, kind, and sweet, and be sure to do something nice for somebody today. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because we're going to have some good vibrations going. Good vibrations. I can't sing it, but you know the song. Look it up on YouTube. Listen to it. Let's get some good vibrations going. Because let's send some love out into the world. Love makes the world go round. Oh, and I saw this morning, this tool. Oh my, what was it called? Let me think. Apple came out with something for sidetracked people. You're not going to believe it. Tags that are called air tags. They're going to be $29. I think you'll get 2, maybe 4. I don't know. They're worth every penny. And you can put them on your keys, and they will sync. If you lose your keys, you can find them with your phone. How cool is that? They're called air tags. I can't wait for them to come out. I'm going to give them to everybody. Because everybody I know loses their keys, including me occasionally. You know, I have found my keys in the refrigerator. What's the weirdest place you've ever found your keys? The last place you left them? Refrigerator, and another place was my plastic Ziploc bag drawer. That's a weird place too. Refrigerator, but now I have my keys on a lanyard. And that lanyard goes around my neck. It also hangs up on a hook. I can also sling it like a billy club and knock the heck out of somebody if they got after me. Yeah, it is kind of just like tile. A towel. Anyway, folks, don't sweat the small stuff. What doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Laugh every day, even if it's at yourself. And love like there's no tomorrow, because love makes the world go round. Love makes the world go around. So let's let the sunshine of love just take over this whole world. I love you all. And you know I love you because I show up here twice a day. Actions speak louder than words. I'll see y'all later.